On the island of Mauritius, east of Madagascar, in the middle of the Indian Ocean, there once lived the most whimsical of animals to ever actually exist. That's science. Ah, yes. Standing on average at about 1 meter and weighing in at 15 kilograms, don't at me, metric haters. This incredible bird was the largest member of the family that includes the lowly pigeon and the overrated dove. Raphus cucullatus, yes, for real, was a magnificent, flightless specimen. Now appearing in museums across the world, countless works of fiction and art, and for all you doofuses out there, inspiration for hurtful idioms. I speak, of course, of the dodo. In times past, the dodo was mistakenly declared by early scientists as a small ostrich, a rail, an albatross, a vulture. What a bunch of dolts, am I right? In 1842, Danish zoologist Johannes Theodor Reinhardt proposed that dodos were ground pigeons, based on studies of the dodo skull he had discovered in the collection of the Natural History Museum of Denmark. Those rascally Danes. This view was met with ridicule, but later, the continued study of the bird and its bones revealed that the dodo did, indeed, share the majority of its key characteristics, besides its large size and flightlessness, with the common ground pigeon. Because, much like the dinosaurs, our friend the dodo became extinct well before the advent of modern photography, the most astute on the matter are only making educated guesses on the actual appearance of this grand, flightless fowl. Most of the surviving descriptions of the dodo are found in ship's logs and journals of the Dutch East India Company. Yes, those damned dudes. From their vessels which docked in Mauritius when the Dutch Empire ruled said island. The following detailed description is excerpted from A Relation of Some Years' Travail into Afrique and Greater Asia, 1634. Her body is round and fat, few weigh less than 50 pounds. It is reputed more for wonder than for food. Greasy stomachs may seek after them, but to the delicate they are offensive and of no nourishment. Her visage darts forth melancholy, as sensible of nature's injury in framing so great a body to be guided with complemental wings, so small and impotent, that they serve only to prove her bird. The half of her head is naked, seeming covered with a fine veil. Her bill is crooked downwards. In midst is the thrill, nostril, from which part to the end 'tis a light green, mixed with pale yellow tincture. Her eyes are small and like to diamonds, round and rowing. Her clothing, downy feathers. Her train, 3 small plumes, short and improportionable, her legs suiting her body, her pounces sharp, her appetite strong and greedy. Stones and iron are digested, which description will better be conceived in her representation. Damn, this dullard didn't pull any punches, but thanks for the descriptive detail. The other primary source for the appearance of the majestic dodo is from the field sketches of travelers. Scientists, artists, and businessmen of the same early to mid-17th century took excursions and did their utmost to capture the dignified dodo. How did the travelers get close enough to write or sketch such detail, you may be asking? The dodo was a curious creature and evolved in isolation, away from significant predators, and with their inability to fly, they did not fear the pesky colonizers. Dunces, all of them. This would ultimately be our beloved dodo's demise. There is no official known date of the extinction of the dodo. It is still under much discussion, though it is thought they were good and gone by 1700, the Dutch leaving the island by 1710, The dodo's demise was not fully recognized until the 19th century. This was, in part, due to the thought of extinction as a whole being under religious debate and scrutiny, and in part because some scientists of the time didn't even believe the dodo ever existed. Luckily for us, the dodo left physical remains, including skulls and feet, though few remain, and many have been lost. While we are certain this animal, in all its pudgy glory, did in fact walk the earth, its relatively short existence has led to a number of modern depictions that are more fiction than fact. Tantamount among them are the number of unfortunate idioms that were created at the dodo's expense. One may be described as dead as a dodo, or that they themselves have gone the way of the dodo, making our friend synonymous with obsolescence. And because the animal itself was not described as the most intelligent, thus the name has gone down in history as one of the ultimate ways to describe an actual dipshit. However, many creative and genius individuals have seen the possibilities of the dodo. Probably most famously was the use in Lewis Carroll's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. It is often said that Carroll included the dodo because he identified with it and had adopted the nickname Dodo due to his stammer, a condition that would lead him to introduce himself as Dodson, his given name. The dodo is not all jokes and extinction, however. It lives forever as a supporter in the coat of arms of the island nation it once called home, and as the center of the Mauritius 10 rupee coin. Standing proudly with a stag, holding up the coat of arms of Mauritius with its large, sturdy feet, the dodo has also become a symbol for the conservation of wildlife. Mr. Carroll was not the only writer to honor the dodo on the page. We shall leave you with a piece by Hilaire Belloc from his book Bad Child's Book of Beasts, 1890. The dodo used to walk around and take the sun and air. The sun yet warms his native ground. The dodo is not there. The voice which used to squawk and squeak is now forever dumb. Yet may you see his bones and beak all in the museum. Rest well, dodos.